Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Canadian Jail War Stories back here again on the channel for another video. If you're a new subscriber, you can call me Mike Keys or Eddie, it doesn't really matter. We have a PayPal option, we got merchandise for you to go check out, we have all kinds of promo codes with different brands we've been working on and stuff like that. So we got different promo codes for you guys. There'll be more and more usually as the time goes on. Follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that, all under Canadian Jail War Stories, except for Instagram's Canadian Jail War Stories 1000. And we're going to get right into this. Today's video is about isolation, seg, the digger, the box, segregation, isolation, and this is a requested video from a viewer. Now, this video right here is something probably I wouldn't have picked out to do right away, because I think segregation and the whole is what gave me PTSD and severe anxiety and all that. But that being said, I think I'll be able to speak on it. Okay, so basically, segregation is very, very lonely. I'm going to start at the beginning. When you first go into isolation, what's going to happen is, say you get into a fight, they're going to come in there, they're going to handcuff you, they're going to arrest you, they're going to, not arrest you, but handcuff you, bring you down there like as if you're being arrested, okay, throw you in the hole, and then after a few, they're going to take everything away from you, you're going to be on LOAP, loss of all privileges, but that's after. So backtrack a bit. For the first few days until the white shirt comes around and you plead guilty or not guilty, so and they give you your time, how much time you're going to do, then you find out how much time you're going to get, if you're guilty or not guilty. I usually always just plead guilty, except the one time with Bones, because usually every other time I was by myself. Usually, because when you fight, they break you up and they bring the other guy over there. So, okay, so basically, the whole treacherous, dangerous, scary, loud, quiet, silent. It could be guys banging on the door, screaming at the top of their lungs like a lunatic, or it could be dead silent to the point where you could hear your own breathing, like a tomb. So when they first bring you in there, they strip you down, they take everything off of you, your jumper, your clothes, everything, strip you down to nothing, and they leave you there in your boxers. Okay, now, I'm speaking on the experiences that I've had, and this is what, I've been in the hole many times, many times, probably at least 20 times, and maybe more, like, I don't know, but, it starts off where you get 3 days, right, then 6 days, then 20, then 40, then 80, you know what I mean? Every time they give you a misconduct, you're going to get double, I think until you get to like 6 months, and then once you're at 6 months, they just skip it right to friggin' whatever they want. That's how mine progressed. Like, at first I was only getting 3 days here, 5 days there, 10 days here, and then all of a sudden they wham me with, after like maybe my 6th time getting like 10, 20 days and stuff, all of a sudden I got whammed with a 3 months, 90 day. That was the first time I actually did a significant amount of time in there. And okay, so the light stays on 24/7 in there, so you don't know what time it is when you wake up in the middle of the day when you're trying to kill time. It's so hard to kill time in there because you have nothing and you don't know what to do with yourself. Your mind's just racing and pacing. So basically you have to be mind strong. You have to be strong in the mind. It's all a mind game. It's all a mind war. It's like honestly, it's guerrilla warfare in the mind, because the guards are out there, they're messing with your food, they're spilling like milk and whatever they can, any liquids on your bread, so you can't eat your bread. It's also like you're getting starved back there, you're getting tortured, right, by the guards. Then you got psycho people fucking sitting there screaming at the top of their lungs that they're gonna kill each other, this and that. Door warriors going back and forth at each other, trying to fucking kill each other, this and that. But meanwhile, neither one of them is gonna do anything, you know. Or you'll have a door warrior going after an actual guy in general pop that just tells him to shut the fuck up, and he doesn't respond back to the guy, but the guy just keeps going on and on and on. I've seen that. Like the hole, man. The hole's a treacherous place. You know, you'll find yourself pacing back and forth in that cell many, many, many hours. And that's why I think I pace back and forth in such a small area all the time. It's because of the hole. The hole's not a place I recommend for anybody. I don't recommend it to my worst enemy. For a lengthy period of time anyways. Maybe for 3 days or 5. Yeah, so the hole is treacherous, guys. Now the reason why I'm back out here filming is because earlier I had to go in the bathroom to try to film a little bit, because I had to film, and I've been waiting for the construction to stop, but the construction's just not going to stop, so we're going to continue on. Alright, so basically it calmed down now, so I can actually come back out here. Okay, so we're at in the hole and stuff like that. Yeah, it's treacherous. They start playing with your food, you know, they start torturing you. You're going to lose a lot of weight. You don't get the same food as the rest of the place. There's a bunch of different ways to be in the hole. You can be on loss of all privileges, which is the worst one, which is where they take your mattress out during the daytime, so you can't lay down at all unless it's on a hard steel bunk. And basically, they take everything, your canteen, everything, leave you in boxers, and just leave you in there. And it's freezing at some points, you know what I mean? You're freezing to death, fucking constantly, or at some points in the middle of the day, if it's sunny and it's beating through like that, because some of them have had a window. One of them or a couple of them have had a little skinny window, but you can just see out into the yard, which is just a concrete area. It's not a real yard, but most of them I haven't seen windows in. A few I have, and that actually brings a lot better, because you can tell if it's daytime or nighttime, stuff like that. So it all depends on where you are, what hole you're in, because the ones that have the bunks at the back there have no window. Obviously, the ones with the bunks on the sides like this have the little window there. And then, so basically, okay, now the guards, there'll be some guards that just treat you like shit on purpose. They freaking want to torture the guys back there. I've seen them shoot the gas at guys back there. I've seen them freaking jump guys, beat guys, torture dudes, freaking act like dudes are doing something when they're not even doing it, like filming and stuff like that, acting like they're filming and saying, inmate, comply, inmate, and he's going, you can literally hear him, but there's no sound on the video. You can hear him saying, I'm complying, I'm down, and then you just hear them rush in anyways and start getting them. It's crazy. And yeah, I've had a cell extraction done to me before. Okay, it's not fun. Okay, some people call it the Black Jesus. A lot of people call it different things. But when I was in the hole, there was a guy in there named Monster that had been in there for like years, okay? And they were terrified to let Monster back out on a range. Monster became a good buddy of mine because I'd go to the range, I'd spend like 2, 3, 4 months on the range, then I'd come back to the hole for friggin', bunch of times, right? This is a period over like a year. I went in the hole maybe like 10 times, 3 days, 6 days, 12 days, and I met Monster, and then every time I come back to the hole, I would know I at least have one buddy back there, Monster, right? Called him Monster because he had Monster across his gut, and he was a big dude. Now, this big juice monkey guard was terrified of him, wouldn't let him out of solitary, because when he had a beef with this guard, Monster picked this guard up picked him right up like this and ran him headfirst into the wall, dude. Oh my god. So then, ever since that, he's been in the hole, and they won't let him out. It's like they're trying to DO him indefinitely, put him in the hole, all because of this guard is saying he's terrified of him. He can't go to work if he's on a range. So that's that. But anyway, yeah, Monster had a lot of wisdom, a lot of wise words, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the hole, you can't really do nothing but sign and stuff like that. If you're actually lucky to be where you can see somebody that you can do that with, right? It all depends where you are, who's in the hole at the same time as you are. Who the cleaner is in the hole has a lot to do with if you can get stuff done too while you're in the hole. Because I've been in the hole before where I had all my canteen, where the canteen didn't come with me. So this all depends too. When you go to the hole, you want to make sure you have a really good celly. You want to be like that with your celly, because it's all on the celly. Is the celly going to send all your canteen and all your belongings down to the hole? Because that's what happens. You get taken out, right, randomly, and then they tell your celly to pack your stuff. So you better be tight with your celly. And most guys just won't even touch it because they don't want to be considered a box thief, right? Especially against your own celly, man. And me personally, I've always just given my cellies stuff. If they've been taken to the hole, I would just give everything they have. I won't even take a freaking anything, you know what I mean? Not even a stamp, not a freaking piece of paper, nothing. And I remember one time my little red address books got left behind in one of my celly cells, actually Goku's cell. That's all good. It's a funny story there. He's calling all these people, calling girls that I knew to get three-ways and stuff, but that's besides the point. Anyways, the hole, segregation. It's not a fun place. It's, imagine there's nothing in your bathroom, okay, but a steel bunk, and you can't leave it for 90 days or 60 days. Think about that. It will just come to the door and pass you food in and close back the door. Not even a hatch, but we'll make a hatch in the door in your bathroom and put food trays in, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now another thing in there, the freaking light won't go off, so you're constantly under this light, and it plays with your mind. I can make friggin' 20 videos about this. This might be, I have to maybe make another video talking about this more, because I could get in serious depth and detail about, walking around, touching the walls, trying to basically, once you can be in there for so long, you can kind of get cleaning equipment and stuff, wash the whole cell. There's only so much stuff you can do, You walk around the cell as slow as you can, you work out. Basically a lot of working out, but you don't even really want to lose your energy because you're not eating no food. It's just, it's basically guerrilla warfare in the mind. This is the best way I can describe it. It's basically like they're torturing you in the mind, and you have to set your mind free, and just set your mind free so you can't let them get it to you. You can't let them break you, you know what I mean? And they'll try to break you. Those officers think it's freaking hilarious, the ones that work in the hole. These guys, they get off on it. They go to work specifically. Yeah, I'm working in the hole today. Let's go see who I can break today. Let's go see who I can make cry. Let's see who I can make freaking check in. Let's see who I can make freaking spill freaking juice and milk all over their food. See who I can make go on a hunger strike. They want to see what they can do and get away with, and they push the envelope as far as they can do it. I remember a lot of them, they wouldn't even give me a Bible to read a Bible for like over like 2 weeks. I remember I had to literally wait till a chaplain came to get a Bible by a chaplain, just so I would have something to read. And this is probably when I read the Bible about almost pretty much every book in the Bible, not front to back, but one time I read it, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and then I went on to other things, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all that. Anyway, I've read Zephaniah, I've read Chronicles 1 and 2, Kings 1 and 2, Solomon. I've read a lot of it. I pretty much, I'd say I've read it front to back, but not in the whole. I've read it front to back out on the street because I used to read it every night. I'd read a chapter every night when I was younger. This is not when I was a little kid. This is when I was in school, because I was in from grade 4 to grade 7. I was in Catholic school, so that's why I would read that and stuff like that. And we actually had like a religion course and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of background about me that I didn't plan on sharing, but it's no big deal. We didn't wear uniforms or nothing. All we did is sing O Canada in the morning and say the Our Father prayer in the morning, and that was it. And we have a religion, just like history, geography, whatever, math, religion course that teaches you about like Moses and all the old stuff, right? Adam and Eve, all that. Anyway, so, if you don't believe in God or this or that, I apologize about this, talking about, spiritual stuff and talking about religion and stuff like that. That won't be a big thing on the channel. That won't be an ongoing thing. Okay, that's not gonna happen at all. Okay, so basically the segregation. The only reason I got into that was because the segregation. The chaplain gave me the Bible, and then I literally was so bored. I started trying to take those Bible courses, right, where you can send it off and they come bring you your work back. When I was in there for freaking 6 months, I think it was either the 3 months, and I started it. I did a bunch of it, didn't finish it, and then when I went back in there again, I still had it, and then I ended up trying to finish it, but the stuff's so hard and it's correspondence and stuff like that. I was gonna say I finished it, but you know what? I've kept doing you guys 100 the whole time, and I might as well just keep 100. Your boy not smart in school, guys, okay? I've never freaking made it really credits or nothing like that, okay? I've always worked since I was 15 years old. I worked at a Dallas door factory, you know. I've always worked at plastic factories, always done construction, home renovations, all that, right? That's how I've always been when I was out and stuff like that. And I did learn really good. Like, I'm very, very skilled when it comes to framing and stuff like that. I can build a whole house from scratch. And I do have a whole bunch of pictures that I want to find so I can share those with you guys. Stuff that I've built and places that I've renovated and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, like I said, I could get into a whole huge series about this. So basically, and you gotta watch because they barely give you any toilet paper. It's just very sickening experience. It's degrading. It's okay, put it this way, it's like going to jail times 10 if you get all the treacherous stuff happening at once. Okay, some people like it back there to get a day or two peace and quiet by themselves so they can pop one off. But you know what? After a day or two, then you get real sick of that, real bored of that real quick, and you're going to want to go back. And when you do end up getting out of there, sometimes, it depends how long you've been in and this and that and what your situation is, how institutionalized you are or whatever. But if you're looking at a long period of time and you've been in for a while already and you go in there for like say 30 or 60 days and come out and go back to General Pop, you're gonna feel like you just got released from prison, bro. For real. That's no joke. That's what it almost feels like. It doesn't actually feel like it, but it does almost feel like that. You can ask anybody. It literally feels like you're going home. And that's pretty sad, but it's the truth. And I don't want to let these videos go past friggin' 20 minutes. I was trying to make it a 12-minute video, but I couldn't do so. Yeah, so I'll make another part 2 to this video eventually to touch up on some more stuff like that, get into more detail about my actual experience and stuff like that. I was giving you guys like a general idea, you know what I mean? From my experience, but like general, you know what I'm saying? Trying to tell you how the whole thing is, how the atmosphere is. Oh yeah, you don't get it yourself. Once every 3 days, they'll take you to shower. You have to shower with handcuffs on. You're locked in a little cage like this, little cage around you, about this big to shower. Okay, they bring you out to yard like once every other day, but they come around at like 7 in the morning and ask you, hey, you want yard? And you'll be asleep, so you just be like, not even hear them. You want yard? And if you're not up at your door and say, yeah, I want it, they'll friggin' mark it off that you don't want it. So and even when you go to the yard, it's just this little concrete area with little holes like this in it. Say this is a big metal, okay, this is where you go out. It's just a little skinny area like this, way high up, and there are little holes like this in the metal so it can let the air through. That's it. There's nothing, there's ceiling above you, there's walls all around you, except for in front of you. It's like a big metal thing with little tiny holes like this to let the air flow through. And that's what they call the yard, but that's the yard in the Seg. Okay, so we're going to have some interviews coming up. We got lots of stuff going on for you guys. We got interviews coming up. We got podcasts with Cuzzos on Monday. We got interviews coming up very shortly with a female. We got merch. We coming out with all kinds of different stuff like that. Keep an eye open on my IG for all my real supporters and stuff like that. If any promo codes that I'm dealing with, new brands and stuff like that, if you see promo codes and stuff on merch or stuff that you want in these other brands that I'm collabing with, don't be a stranger, man. Just use my link so they know that you came from me. And some of them are 50% off, some are 20% off. So, you know, when you guys do that, believe it or not, at 50% off, you guys get, but it also does help me. And the ambassador to sell the most stuff, or to have the most family or followers or whoever buy stuff, gets a $2,500 reward. So just remember that, bro. Alright? Guys, come on, man. Let's get it in, and we'll see you in the next one. I miss you guys. I really do. I didn't want to cut this video short, but it's going on too long now. So, peace, guys.